The year is 1944. World War II is nearing its end. The global landscape is in ruins. From the ashes of this devastating conflict, a new world order is emerging. In the small town of Bretton Woods, New Hampshire, delegates from 44 nations gather. They share a common goal: to prevent future economic turmoil and promote global stability. This landmark conference gives birth to two institutions that would shape the world's financial and developmental landscape: the International Monetary Fund, or IMF, and the World Bank. The World Bank, initially named the International Bank for Reconstruction and Development, or IBRD, is a product of its time. Its primary purpose is to help war-torn Europe rebuild. The world has witnessed the devastating consequences of economic instability. The delegates at Bretton Woods are determined to forge a new path. They envision a future where international cooperation and financial assistance can foster peace and prosperity. The World Bank is tasked with providing loans and grants to war-ravaged nations. These funds will help rebuild shattered infrastructure. They will also help revive industries. The bank's creation marks a pivotal moment in history. It signals a commitment to collective action and a belief in the power of international cooperation to create a better world. The World Bank's initial mandate is clear: to help war-torn nations rebuild. The destruction wrought by World War II is immense. Europe lies in ruins, its economy is shattered. The bank focuses its efforts on providing financial assistance for reconstruction projects. These projects include rebuilding roads, bridges, and factories. The bank's early loans are primarily directed towards European countries. These countries are struggling to recover from the devastation of war. France, Germany, and Japan are among the major recipients of World Bank assistance. The bank's support proves instrumental in their economic recovery. Beyond reconstruction, the World Bank recognizes the importance of development. The bank's founders understand that lasting peace requires more than just rebuilding physical infrastructure. It also requires addressing poverty and promoting economic growth in developing countries. This understanding forms the foundation of the bank's evolving mission. The World Bank's early years are marked by a sense of urgency. The task at hand is monumental. The bank quickly mobilizes resources and disperses loans for reconstruction projects across Europe. The success of these projects is crucial not only for the affected countries, but also for the stability of the global economy. As Europe begins to recover, the World Bank's focus expands. The bank turns its attention to the needs of developing countries. These countries face different challenges than those of post-war Europe, but the underlying goal remains the same: to promote economic growth and reduce poverty. The bank recognizes that poverty anywhere is a threat to prosperity everywhere. The shift in focus is not without its critics. Some argue that the bank should continue to prioritize reconstruction efforts in Europe. Others question whether the bank has the expertise to effectively address the complex challenges of development. However, the bank's leadership remains committed to its expanded mission. Over the decades, the World Bank's areas of focus continue to evolve. The bank adapts to changing global realities. It responds to emerging challenges. In the 1960s and 70s, decolonization leads to the emergence of many new nations. The bank plays a key role in supporting their development efforts. The bank's lending portfolio expands to include projects in areas such as agriculture, education, and healthcare. The bank recognizes that investing in human capital is essential for sustainable development. It supports programs aimed at improving education and healthcare systems in developing countries. The 1980s and 90s witnessed a growing emphasis on market-oriented reforms. The bank promotes policies aimed at liberalizing economies, privatizing state-owned enterprises, and reducing government intervention in the market. This approach, often referred to as the Washington Consensus, sparks debate and criticism. Critics argue that it fails to adequately address issues of poverty and inequality. Section 5. More than money: the World Bank's operational structure. The World Bank is not just a lending institution, it is a complex organization with a multifaceted approach to development. The bank provides technical assistance and policy advice to developing countries. It helps governments design and implement development strategies. The bank conducts research and analysis on a wide range of development issues. It publishes reports and data that inform policy decisions. The World Bank's work is carried out by a global staff of economists, engineers, social scientists and other professionals. These experts bring a wealth of knowledge and experience to their work. The bank operates through a network of country offices around the world. This allows the bank to work closely with governments and local communities. The World Bank's operational structure is designed to ensure that its assistance is aligned with the specific needs and priorities of each country. Section 6. A seat at the table. Governance and decision-making. The World Bank is governed by a system of weighted voting. This system gives greater voting power to countries that contribute more financially. The United States, as the largest shareholder, holds significant influence within the bank. The bank's board of executive directors is responsible for making major decisions. The board is composed of representatives from member countries. The president of the World Bank is traditionally a US national. This has drawn criticism from some quarters. Critics argue that it gives the United States undue influence over the bank's operations. The World Bank's governance structure has been subject to calls for reform. Critics call for greater transparency and accountability. They also advocate for a more equitable distribution of voting power among member countries. Section 7. Working together. The World Bank and the United Nations. The World Bank and the United Nations share a common goal of promoting global development. The two institutions collaborate on a variety of initiatives. However, their relationship has not always been smooth sailing. The World Bank is a specialized agency of the UN. However, it operates independently. The bank's focus on economic development sometimes clashes with the UN's broader mandate, which encompasses peace and security, human rights and social progress. Despite these differences, the World Bank and the UN recognize the importance of working together. They collaborate on issues such as climate change, poverty reduction, and sustainable development. Section 8. Navigating criticism. A legacy of achievement and controversy. The World Bank's legacy is a mixed bag of notable achievements and persistent controversies. The bank has played a significant role in reducing global poverty. It has supported countless development projects that have improved the lives of millions of people. However, the bank has also been criticized for its lending practices, its environmental record, and its governance structure. Critics argue that the bank's loans often come with conditions that harm developing countries. They point to instances where the bank has funded projects that have had negative social and environmental impacts. The World Bank has taken steps to address these criticisms. It has implemented reforms aimed at improving its environmental and social safeguards. It has also sought to increase transparency and accountability in its operations. However, challenges remain. Section 9. The Future of Development: Challenges and Opportunities. The World Bank faces a host of challenges in the 21st century. Climate change, rising inequality, and the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic pose significant threats to development progress. The bank must adapt to these challenges while remaining true to its core mission of reducing poverty and promoting shared prosperity. The bank's role in addressing climate change is particularly crucial. The World Bank is the largest multilateral financier of climate action in developing countries. The bank has pledged to align its financing with the goals of the Paris Agreement. The World Bank must also navigate a changing geopolitical landscape. The rise of new development actors such as China presents both challenges and opportunities. The bank needs to find ways to cooperate with these new players while maintaining its relevance and influence. Section 10. A lasting legacy: the enduring impact of the World Bank. The World Bank has left an indelible mark on the world. Since its inception in the aftermath of World War II, the bank has played a pivotal role in shaping the global development landscape. The bank's legacy is one of both progress and controversy. It has lifted millions out of poverty, but it has also faced criticism for its policies and practices. Key figures like Harry Dexter White, one of the bank's architects, envisioned an institution that would foster international cooperation and promote economic stability. While the world has changed dramatically since 1944, the World Bank's core mission remains relevant. As the world grapples with new and complex challenges, the World Bank's role in promoting sustainable development and reducing poverty remains as vital as ever.